What's going on, Shady people? ShadyPenguinn welcoming you back to another week of the GBA, the Global Battle Association. We are here as the New York Mankeys with a current record of 1-1. We had an absolutely detrimental game last week, and this week we are versing the Arizona Deoxys, coached by Gubs. His YouTube link is in the description below. Go check him out. A lot of stuff going on. If you saw the updated video of my wisdom tooth, you saw that we would be forfeiting this week, but fortunately Gubs has agreed to battle a bit earlier than we had originally scheduled, 2 hours earlier actually. So I really do appreciate that. Huge shout out to Gubs no matter what the outcome of his matches. I was ready to just throw the game and take a loss because honestly Gubs is a fantastic battler and probably he's much better than I in my eyes. So I wasn't expecting to have a win, but it's much better to have a battle and give us a chance. The York Mankeys can have a fighting chance. We're 1-1, like I said, and this will be our week to kind of see. We didn't get much preparation in due to a lot of different things, but you guys can see the team on the screen we're bringing. We bring Claudia back. We got Cotton Ball, Damage, Predict Me, Sunspots, and Lullaby. So this is Darmanitan's first showing in the GBA, as well as Claudia's. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't do too much research. I kind of just built a team out of what I had, and I'm going with it. I kind of regret not bringing Gardevoir instead of Predict Me, but we'll see how it goes. The Fairy Psychic could have been good. Psychic could have been really, really good, actually, now I'm thinking about it, instead of having a double fighting weakness. But we have a lot of fighting resistances on this team in Cotton Ball, in Sunspots, and in Lullaby is the immunity. So that's why I'm not too concerned with having two fighting weaknesses. We do have two ground weaknesses with only one immunity before I Mega Evolve, and then it's gone. But we'll see how this goes. I'm kind of regretting not bringing Gardevoir, but like I said, I didn't have a lot of planning. Oh my gosh, should I have brought Gardevoir? We're going to find out right now. We're going to see what he's bringing. We're going to see what he's bringing, and we're going to see how this goes. I'm not sure exactly what score Gubs is, what Gubs' score is, but we'll see what he's bringing. He's bringing Landorus, Toxicroak, Porygon 2, Skarmory, Vaporeon, and Mawile. So yes, the Gardevoir would have been absolutely incredible here. Gardevoir would have hit the Toxicroak. It would have hit the Skarmory. If I put Thunderbolt on it, would have also hit the Vaporeon. The Landorus, though, I'm not sure what I'm going to do without Landorus. To be honest, I've never gone up against the Landorus. That Landorus, I've never gone up against it. But that's not the incarnate form, is it? It is the incarnate form. I've never gone up against the incarnate form. So incarnate, it has sheer force. Wow. All right. So this is going to be a sheer force Lando. That's kind of a problem. Looking at his team, pretty physically based. I'm actually glad I didn't bring the Gardevoir. Well, you know, the Gardevoir could have outsped the Toxicroak. I think Gardevoir's base speed is faster. I'm not entirely sure. But that's going to be a problem for Cotton Ball. Obviously, I don't want to take a poison jab to the face. Opening up with damage is pretty obvious, I think. So I think I'm going to go ahead and open up with our Porygon Z here. Now, I'd love to burn that Mawile, but see, I can't really do that. I can't. I think I'm going to open up a Cotton Ball. Now, you know what? I'm opening up damage. I'm going to open up with Darmanitan. Please get all 6 Pokemon before time runs out. Please. We're going to open up with damage. Kind of a very last minute. What are we going to open up with? The U-turn's going to be super obvious no matter who he opens with. But I just got like this big fear that he would open up with the Mawile. And me opening up with the... What was I going to open up with? I'm thinking so much about the surgery that I'm going to be having in a couple hours. I'm not going to lie. And I have a bagel over here that I wanted to eat. But he opens up with Frog. Didn't want me to have the opportunity to straight up open up with like the question is, do I predict or do I just go for the safe U-turn? He didn't want me opening up with Altaria and setting up Cotton Guards right away, so it was very smart on my opponent's part to open up with the Toxicroak. Once the Toxicroak is gone, my Altaria is gonna have a really fun time Cotton Guarding, because if I would have brought my substitute one, the Porygon 2 wouldn't be able to stall me out. That's my own fault. I should have brought the substitute one. I definitely should have brought the substitute one. I'm going to go for the safe U-turn here. I'm not going to over-predict. It's really obvious what I'm going to go for. Unfortunately, it's not going to do anything. He is going to stay in. Could have very easily just gone for the Flare Blitz and demolished that thing. But we're breaking a potential Focus Sash here. Now, the question is, who do you go out into? Well, I want to go right out into something that resists both stabs. So I'm going to go into the Sunspots. I do think a knockoff is coming. If Toxicroak learns knockoff, I think that's what's going to be coming our way. A Gunk Shot, actually, so pretty solid switch for myself. Sunspots can eat that up, and I have the Black Sludge recovery, so it's totally fine. We're in a decent position here. Unfortunately, this is not my Spikes Tentacruel, but it is my Dazzling Gleam Tentacruel, which at least can hit this thing for neutral. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to predict the switch, and I'm going to go for the Icy Wind. I actually have, oh, he does go for the knockoff. He has the knockoff, and he does go for it. So that's really going to hurt our recovery here, without a doubt. And an Icy Wind is not going to do too much to this thing, unfortunately. I can't really go for the Scald because he could very well have, we've seen Gunk Shot knockoff. I'm sure he has Drain Punch and possibly Swords Dance, but I'm not really sure. I'm going to go for the Dazzling Gleam here. I think my opponent's going to switch, but I don't really have the right to switch just yet. He isn't going to switch. He's going to stay in. He's going to take a neutral Dazzling Gleam, which isn't going to do too much, and he's just going to go for another knockoff. And we're going to play this game right now. We're going to trade, which I think it's a more favorable trade. Maybe not a more favorable. I'm going to go for, I think he's going to switch now. Is he going to switch? He's probably got Sucker Punch. That's his last move. I'm going to go for another Dazzling Gleam. He's not going to switch. He is going to switch. Could have gone for that Icy Wind. Unfortunately, I didn't. He's going to go out into Duck, which is going to be the Porygon 2. And of course, he's going to eat this up like no big deal. He's going to trace my Rain Dish, which doesn't really mean much, I suppose. And I might just have to let this thing die. I'm looking at my opponent's team, and Sunspot's the only thing that really would be good for is if I could Icy Wind the Landorus. But that could never happen at this point because Landorus outspeeds. It would have to be on a switch in. So I think I'm just going to stay in here. I can't see this thing really setting up, but I do see it going for a Toxic. I guess, you know what? Let's go. I could go out into Trevenant. That's definitely a possibility to eat up a Toxic. Do I really think it's going to go for a Toxic? I'm going to go into Trevenant just in case this Porygon 2 could be Defense Curl Porygon 2. I don't really know. Let's just go on into something. Let's go on into our Trevenant and not just throw away our Tentacruel just yet. Let's see. He's going to go for the... Oh, he goes for the Ice Beam, predicting the Trevenant switch. That was such a solid play. Fortunately, though, we can eat it up. I have no fear of being frozen, so I'm just going to go... I kind of want to go for the Will-O-Wisp, but I'm going to go for the Leech Seed here. No reason not to go for the Leech Seed. He is going to T-Wave me, but I am Rest Lum, thankfully, so the T-Wave is not going to matter. It's going to cause me to eat up my Lum, though. That's definitely what it will do. But I'll still get my Leech Seed off. As long as it connects, I'll be in decent shape. Leech Seed is going to go off. And this is one of my favorite sets. This is my Harvest, Lum, Willow, Leech Seed. Well, not mine, but it's the set that I first used back in X and Y when I first battled Nappy on the stream. That was all the way a while ago. I'm going to get a first turn Harvest, which is absolutely huge. Here, I am just going to go for a Will-O-Wisp for residual damage. I can't actually hit this Porygon with anything, but I figured it can't really hit me with much either. So let's get residual damage off on it. And if he does switch out into something, we'll get a Will-O-Wisp on it. Most likely going into the... Well, he won't go into the Vaporeon. That'd be crazy. Goes out... Oh, never mind. He goes out into the Vaporeon. Totally fine. I'm fine with it. I'm definitely fine with it. Because I still think I can take an Ice Beam. I might actually rest here. Actually, how much will an Ice Beam really do? No, I'm going to go for the Leech Seed. I'm going to go for the Leech Seed here. He is going to Wish. So we're going to have a little bit. So we see, I mean, he's got the Skarmory Vaporeon core, which isn't really, I wouldn't call that a core, I guess, because they're both weak to electric. So I wouldn't really call that a core. But against me, it's a core because I don't have any stab electric mons even available from my team. So we see the leftovers on that Vaporeon, Aqua Frish. And we're going to get some Leech Seed recovery and some burn damage off on it. So residual damage is always nice. With Trevenant pretty much full HP, I feel as though he might go into the Toxicroak to pass the Wish off to that. And I'm kind of hoping... I mean, a double Willow would be nice. If I really think that. You know what? A Shadow Claw's not going to do too much to Vaporeon anyway. I'm going to go for the double Willow expecting the Toxicroak. Unfortunately, though, he goes for the Heal Bell, which we're seeing almost as entire. We've seen Wish and we've seen Heal Bell now. We did go for the double Willow, though, so that's kind of nice. We'll still have this residual damage on him, but unfortunately, he's going to get his Wish. So it's a moot point. it's kind of a moot point here. But our Trevenant will be back at full HP. We're not really getting anywhere fast. 6 minutes deep, and we are not anywhere fast except for a damaged Tentacruel and a damaged Toxicroak, which can obviously get passed into. Which means I might have to stick it out here. I'm going to go for the Shadow Claw here. I want to see how much damage this will do if he's a physically defensive Vaporeon, which I don't think he is, considering he has Skarmory on his team. I feel like this will be a specially defensive Pokemon, but he went out into it, so I'm a little surprised. He's going to withdraw his Vaporeon and go out into Frog, so Frog is going to take a Shadow Claw. I wonder how well he will take it. That's the question. He's going to live, unfortunately. And I'm gonna have to take this opportunity to sacrifice my Sunspots. I can't stay in here and take a knockoff. There's literally no chance. I think he will go for knockoff. It's like the safest place, the only way to get around Trevenant at this point. Otherwise, Trevenant's really gonna hurt his team. He is going for another knockoff. We know that that's not gonna do much to my Sunspots, and I'm gonna be in here being able to finish things off. If he might not. Do I think he's gonna? I'm gonna go for the Icy Wind. I think I already know how this next turn's gonna. He's gonna go back out into Vaporeon. I almost wanted to go right back out into Trevenant, but he goes back out into Vaporeon. He's going to try to pass that Wish off. He definitely is. So we're going to go ahead and get the Icy Wind off. It's going to do literally nothing to this thing, but we're going to drop his speed, which, you know, could be nice. It could be valuable. We don't really know. Could end up being valuable. Once Toxicroak is gone, though, we're going to be in decent shape here. We're definitely going to be in decent shape. Let's see. Let's hard switch out into our Lullaby, because that is the play to make. That is definitely the play to make. The Porygon 2, I'm not too worried about. That's the one reason I really wanted to bring Crawdon, is for the Porygon 2. We haven't seen any hazards yet from either player. I don't have any hazards. He is going for the Wish here. And of course, you guys know I have to go for the safe Shadow Claw. I can't, as much as I want to go for the go for the Leech Seed and get this thing seeded, I have to go for the safe Shadow Claw. Although, judging from that, he's most likely going to stay in because of how low his Vaporeon is. But I'm just going to go for the Shadow Claw, because I can't risk going for the Leech Seed and having it. I can't have his Toxicroak get his HP back. Otherwise, we're literally going to get nowhere in this match. So I have to go for the Shadow Claw, kind of hoping that he predicts me to go for the Leech Seed. Oh, my mouth is in so much pain. He is going to Protect to scout what I wanted to do. So that's a bit unfortunate. So we've seen Protect, Wish, and Heal Bell. So this thing does not have an Ice-type move. He just has probably Water Stab as his 4th move slot. And here, I think I will go for the Leech Seed. Trevenant is going to be a big bother for my opponent. He doesn't really have much beyond that knockoff from the Toxicroak to deal with me. So it's definitely going to be a problem for him. We're going to see he is going to go for another Wish. This is the GBA, guys. This is the GBA. But having that Leech Seed on there and the burn is going to be nice and residual. He could go for the Heal Bell here. Just kind of take a Shadow Claw. He knows he can eat it up. He knows that I'm not... He probably knows that I don't have Horn Leech at this point, because I haven't gone for it. I most likely do not have it. Let's go for the Shadow Claw. Really hoping the Toxicroak comes in, but I don't think Gubbs is one to switch it in. I really don't think so. No, Gubbs is not one to switch in. He's probably going for the Heal Bell. Shadow Claw does a decent amount because it's a crit! And there's the Heal Bell. A bell does chime, and there goes my residual damage on this thing. Well, some of my residual damage. Once this Vaporeon's out of the picture, though, I mean, he's got the Roosting Skarmory most likely and the Recover Porygon too. So he's got a huge, huge fat team. And a lot of you guys know that in the past, I've definitely struggled with stall teams. But right now, I'm in the mood. I'm just gonna... I got my Trevenant. I'm gonna go toe-to-toe. I'm gonna go toe-to-toe. The Will-O-Wisp is really obvious, but there's no one on his team that really wants to take it. So I'm just gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp. I have no reason not to Will-O-Wisp here. I can't let him knock off my Lumberry. One knockoff will kill me. Even if he's burned, I don't want him going for knockoff on my Trevenant, because I don't want to lose my Lumberry, because honestly, having that freedom to rest up and to harvest my berry over and over again is something I cannot afford to lose. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So this is going to be a long battle. Oh my Lanta. Oh my baby Lanta. He's going to withdraw, and he's going to go out into the Pride. Pride the Mawile. If this Will-O-Wisp connects, that's pretty big for me. That is pretty big. Burning a Mega Mawile is something that I will never, ever mind at all. So, I'm wondering why he brought this thing in. Because the Will-O-Wisp was pretty obvious. But I don't think he can kill me. I'm going to actually go for the Leech Seed here. I feel like he might stay in. He's going to stay in. Is he going to set up a Swords Dance? Does he think even burned that he can just sweep with a Swords Dance? I guess so. I mean, he'd have to get 2 Swords Dances. He's going to Stealth Rocking Mawile. Oh my goodness. Stealth Rocking Mawile. That is insane. Well, we are going to get a decent amount of damage off on this thing right now with the Leech Seed and the Will-O-Wisp. Oh my gosh, Stealth Rocking Mawile. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Well, I really don't fear... I mean, I want to go out into Sunspots, I do, to get the Rapid Spin off, but I really can't. I think the rocks are here to stay. I could go out into Predict Me here, because the Vaporeon or the Toxicroak is most likely going to come in. So I could do that. And my Porygon should be able to take care of both of those. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go out into Porygon Z because I'm not really afraid of the Mawile. He's going to withdraw Pride. I'm expecting to see the Vaporeon. Here comes the Vaporeon. It's not burned anymore. I can't take it out. Never mind. For some reason, I thought it was still burned. I really thought it was still burned for some reason. But I'm going to go out into my Predict Me. It's my own fault. Totally forgot about that Heal Bell. I would have stayed in with Trevenant and just gone for another Leech Seed. Definitely. But at least with Porygon Z here, we can put some pressure on. Tri-Attack, I believe, does a little bit less than Thunderbolt. But I'm Expert Belt, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for the T-Bolt. Even if he wants to go on into Lando here, it's fine. But I'm definitely gonna go for the T-Bolt. He might protect the Scout. He's most likely just going to Wish. But I wouldn't be surprised if he... Oh, he's gonna actually withdraw. He's gonna go right onto the Lando. Goes right on to Duck. Goes a Duck versus Duck. The moment we've been waiting for. He's going to trace my adaptability. He's definitely wanted this for a while. We are not going to snag a Para. I kind of want to sit in here and take a Tri-Attack, but that would be so stupid. So let's go right out into Lullaby to be immune to Tri-Attack. Because he does have adaptability. And that can actually do a lot of damage to my Pokemon. Fortunately, though, we do have immunity in Trevenant. It's a pretty obvious switch, but I can't let my Predict Me go down. This way, not that I'm bluffing a Scarf, but it could be Scarfed right now by the fact that I just switched it out, even though it was pretty much the safest play. Hoping that he does go for the Tri-Attack, but we'll probably see an Ice Beam here. He does, in fact, go for the Ice Beam. It wouldn't be worth it for me to stay in regardless. It really wouldn't. So I'm going to go for the Leech Seed here because after Leech Seed recovery, I can actually live another Ice Beam and I'll be able to get a rest off. In case he wants to stay in and just get rid of this Trevenant, I have to connect with this Leech Seed. He's gonna opt to recover though. This is gonna be such a long battle. Oh my goodness. And I missed my Leech Seed. Wow. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go for another one. Had he Ice Beams right there, this game would have been honestly would have been so much harder for me. So much harder for me. He's going to withdraw the Duck. I'm guessing we're going to see Vaporeon here. He's going to go out into Agua Fria. And it's just going to turn into... He's going to go for Heal Bell to get the burn off the Mawile. And I'm going to go for a burn to burn the Vaporeon. And there's not much we can do about that. I just want to kill one Pokemon. I really want to get rid of that Toxicroak. The problem is that Porygon 2 definitely has Toxic. And that really, really, really prevents me from setting up with my Altaria anytime soon. Had I brought my substitute Altaria instead of my roosting Altaria, it'd be fine. Or Roost, Cotton Guard, and just Hyper Voice. But I knew I wanted Flamethrower because he had the option of having the Mawile. Honestly, if I brought it's just, I gotta get rid of that Porygon too. I might have to go out into my Crawdon at some point. I think I have to go into the Crawdon, and I mean, it stinks because I really want to get rid of these rocks, but there's kind of no way to do that. There's no way to do that. I'm gonna go for the Shadow Claw here. He is gonna Heal Bell, get rid of the burns on his team, of course. and we're gonna have ourselves one of the longest matches I've probably ever played in my entire life. So Shadow Claw not gonna score a crit, and the Wish is gonna bring Vaporeon back up to full. I'm looking at it now, I have to get my Crawdon in here at some point. It's like the only way. If the Mawile was still burned, I'd feel even more comfortable about it, but I have to get my Mawile, I have to get my Crawdon in, I have to set up a D-Dance. I can't see any other way around this. Even then, that's not gonna like seal the deal. The Will-O-Wisp is obvious, I'm going for it. He's gonna Wish again. He's gonna, I mean, what does Wish have, 16 PP? Wish, Cerebi, X and Y. I want the Mankeys, I want to win for you guys, and I hate it. It has 16 total. He's already used a bunch, so I wonder how much Heal Bell has. Heal Bell, I think, has like a lot. I feel like Heal Bell has a bunch. No, Heal Bell only has 5, so he's 8, and he's already used a lot. All right, so you know what? Then this is meaningful. I know that this is stall, but I can actually 100% easily stall him out. I'm gonna go for the Shadow Claw. I think he's gonna go out into the Mawile now. But I didn't want to risk it. He is going to go into the Mawile. I didn't want to risk him going out into the Toxicroak and me not wishing. Otherwise, I would just gone for the Will-O-Wisp. I think Trevenant will actually outspeed a Mawile, so I kind of want to burn this thing. It's a little obvious, but I'm going to burn it. I'm going to burn it. Oh, okay, I don't outspeed. Well, that's unfortunate because Trevenant lives on 8. Trevenant lives on 8. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. I don't know what Pokemon I could possibly... If I'm not slow enough for this Pokemon. I mean, if I'm not... What's my speed right now? What is Trevenant's speed? I don't know why I thought Trevenant would outspeed. 76! Why did I think Mawile was so slow? Porygon Z. Well, Porygon 2. What's your... We were getting outsped by him as well. We were getting outsped by him. Alright. We were definitely getting outsped by him. Let's go into the Sunspots. Let's just sacrifice that. I'd actually rather try to keep my my Trevenant around because I can possibly rest. I don't know when the opportunity would arise. If Porygon 2 is not invested at all, I outspeed. No, but I don't outspeed the Porygon 2. We already learned that in this match. And Skarmory is definitely faster. So unfortunately, our Tentacruel is going to go down. But Mawile's burned. Mawile's burned, and I think it's pretty much time to go out into Predict Me. Now, he does have that Porygon 2 that he could always go out into. Porygon 2 is at like full HP, unfortunately. I'm kind of curious how much a Hyper Voice is going to do to the Porygon 2. I don't think Damage's superpower will even one-shot it. I really think Claudia is the only hope. Claudia can't live a play rough even if Mawile's burned, so this is not the time to try to set that up. I think we go into the Cotton Ball now. And then we go into the Cotton Ball, and we either... No, I think I just Hyper Voice. I'm just gonna Hyper Voice. He's gonna stay in! Wow, I did not expect that. I did not expect him to stay in. Being burned and me being a possible cotton guarding Altaria, I totally did not expect that. Although this could be a toxic. We already saw Stealth Rocks on it. No, he's gonna go straight up for the play rough. It's gonna kill me. Even burned. Wow, I did not expect him to stay in. That's huge. That's monumental, actually. Well, Trevenant's gonna die to Stealth Rock upon re-entry, so I totally overlooked that. Man, I could have just gone for a flamethrower and killed that thing. I really expected Porygon 2 to come out. I was like so fixated on that. Well, no reason not to go for the Tri-Attack. He's going to go for a Sucker Punch. Shouldn't kill me because he's burned. But then again, play rough. We are going to take the Mega Mawile down with a Porygon Z. Hopefully this is the thing that kills it, not the burn. So Porygon Z is going to get 1 kill today. That is definitely... That whole turn of events is really, really bad. We know that the other Porygon's going to come in. And I can't just hard switch... I can't just hard switch my Claudia in. I have to... My Claudia's the only way I can win this thing. But that Skarmory is going to be a huge issue for Claudia. I don't think... Yeah, here comes the Duck. Has to be Duck. It's going to trace my adaptability, and that's going to cause issues in and of itself because Trevenant's gone. So we're just going to stay in here, and we're just going to go for a Tri-Attack. It's really all we can do. Porygon 2 is going to eat that up. We do snag a Para on that Tri-Attack, which I was not expecting whatsoever. We're definitely going to die to this Tri-Attack, though. Duck versus Duck. We cannot live that. But with this thing paralyzed... this is as opportune as a time as ever to potentially set up. Now, I don't think we can live a Tri-Attack, especially since he's got the adaptability up. But I can't just go for a knockoff. I have to try to set up a Dragonette. It's my only way to win anyway. So even if I get killed here, this is the only way I can come back in this game. And there's the T-Wave to paralyze me, and I literally took the Lumberry off my Claudia. This game and put Focus Sash on it, which I knew was a mistake. I'm gonna just go for a knockoff at this point. We should still outspeed. We're both paralyzed. I'm at +1. I'm just gonna go for the knockoff. I don't want to. I kind of. Okay. All right. Useless turn. Absolutely useless turn. Part of me wants to go for the D-Dance, but I think that's really greedy, so I'm just going to go for a knockoff. I do outspeed, and that's easily going to kill... well, not easily, but it's not going to kill Duck. But Duck gets fully paralyzed again, and that is huge. So we're going to be able to get a knockoff here. Oh, my goodness. That whole turn of events. Wow, I actually live on 20, which is surprising. Not that any of this really matters. Well, I'm not saying that it doesn't matter, but I mean, like, the Toxicroak can come in, and chances are the Toxicroak has dry skin, so I can't exactly go for the Aqua Jet. So this thing can just shut down my. Yeah, here comes the Toxicroak perfectly in time to just shut down Claudia, and there's really no reason to save Claudia. I mean, granted, Claudia can't do anything. You're paralyzed. If you still had your Lumberry, you'd be able to do something. Unfortunately, though, we do not. So the Toxicroak is going to get a Drain Punch off. If I had a Lumberry that game, I actually wouldn't be surprised. It's all that Skarmory. If the Skarmory could live, then we wouldn't. But unfortunately, we have a Choice Scarf damage, and we got Stealth Rocks up. So we're going to take 25% here. And I could go for a Flare Blitz, which generally is the best play, except for the Vaporeon. In which case, Rock Slide's the best play, so I'm going to go for Rock Slide. We're going to connect with our Rock Slide, which is fine, so we'll take out the Toxicroak, which is cool, locking ourselves into a move that's pretty much very weak. But it'll allow me to at least... hit the Vaporeon, and this isn't VGC, so I'm not getting any flinches. Here comes the Vaporeon right now. I have to stay in, and I have to go for the Rock Slide. I can't really switch out into my Trevenant because that wouldn't mean anything. So we're gonna go for Rock Slide. It's gonna connect. It's not Stab. It's a Vaporeon. He's fat, unless he got flinched. The only way there was if he flinched. If he flinched, we would have killed the Vaporeon on the following turn, most likely. Well, Leftovers recovery, maybe not. I guess there's still another chance for flinch, but that's third. I almost said that's third party. That's secondary conditions. We're gonna Rock Slide again. It misses entirely, and here comes a Wish. So, Salt in the Wound says I'm gonna miss my Rock Slide instead of getting the flinch that I wanted the prior turn. That's what you get when you ask for hacks. You know, you just get what you deserve. So at least we didn't get completely destroyed. It's funny. I prepared nothing for this game, and I did so much better this game, obviously, than the last game. It doesn't matter. I mean, even if we flinch him, it's just extra. But he's going to go for the Scald, and that is most likely going to take us out. Darmanitan's pretty weak, and well, I should say pretty frail, not weak. He's a beast. But I had to. I felt like going for the Rock Slide was my best play. Honestly, going for Superpower isn't going to do much because I'm going to get attack and defense drop over and over and over again. Granted, it would have. Well, it wouldn't have killed the Vaporeon after I did it once again. So I'm going to die to entry hazards here. So Mawile gets the kill on Trevenant, and that is going to be the game in Gub's favor 3-0. I'm glad. Thank you so much for just playing it out, Gubs, instead of just taking the win. Like I said, I just wanted to play it out. Had I prepared a little bit longer, I most likely would have ended up bringing the Gallade, which I don't know would have been a good thing or a bad thing, but I think it would have been a good... Gallade, I'm sorry, the Gardevoir. I think it would have been a good thing to bring the Gardevoir, definitely. But... honestly, the biggest thing in that game was not having Lum on my Claudia. If I had a Lum on my Claudia, I would not be surprised if I had swept when he went for T-Wave. I really could have swept at that point. Then again, it all depends on how Skarmory takes the knockoff. I don't know how Skarmory takes a +1 knockoff. I'm actually kind of curious. Crawdaunt, Lumberry, Skarmory, physically defensive. +1 knockoff. No, it doesn't even come close to one-shotting. Crab Hammer would be the way to go anyway. And he most likely had Whirlwind to phase me out. So that was an awesome game. Unfortunately, the Mankeys are 1-2, 1 win, 2 losses, but that doesn't mean the Cup's anywhere out of reach. You guys would be surprised just how, I want to say how bad you can do and still make it into the playoffs, but you can lose a few games. You can lose a few games because there's four teams per division, and you just have to be top of your division. I have to check out the standings for my division, but we have plenty of weeks to come, weeks where I can plan a lot more and not be thinking about a tooth during the battle. But honestly, stall is one of my hardest things. Had I prepared more for stall, I most likely, oh my gosh, and that Altaria play. I really didn't think play rough would one-shot, but I could have ran Calcs. I definitely could have ran Calcs. Otherwise, I would have, if I knew that Altaria would get one-shotted by a burned Mawile, I most likely would have just gone for the flamethrower, but hindsight is 2020, so it is what it is. Look at this, play rough, burned. It says it shouldn't even kill. I'm so confused as to how that killed. I gotta, maybe I missed something. I don't know, but oh, it's at 75%. Okay, so that's why I killed. That's right, I took rocks. So that was my mistake. Let me get out of here. I love you guys so much. New York Mankeys, don't give up. We're coming back. We're gonna do this. This is a lot. Honestly, I was happy with that match. A couple of misplays, but my head is spinning. So let me get out of here. Have yourselves a good day, but above all else, keep it shady. I'm gonna go ahead and Icy Wind to slow down that Gengar, and I'm gonna bring in my Heatron.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me for that to happen. That Shark beat Pet coming through, you had me scared for a second. I was like, no.